Hello everyone, welcome back to Crest Academy. In this particular video, before I dive into the action, I would like to extend my profound gratitude to all the viewers and all the subscribers who have made their contribution to complete this channel 100 subscriber. So thank you very much for the support, and I hope in the future you will keep your support and you will just provide lots of affection and love on this channel so that I would be bringing lots of productive topics for you so that you will get lots of benefit after watching the videos on this channel. So thank you very much for that. Today, the topic I have thought of introducing to you guys is there are two sentences I am speaking here. Which one of these sentences is correct? First sentence I am speaking here is I know where do you live. This is the first sentence, and the second sentence I'm going to speak is I know where you live. So you have to let me know which one of these sentences do you think is correct. Actually, while comprehending these kind of sentences, I have seen lots of people make mistakes. I do not want you to make the same kind of mistakes that your counterparts and most of your associates have been making. So if you want to avoid those kind of mistakes, watch this video till the end so that you will understand something productive and your English will improve drastically and significantly. If you really want to learn something new, then stay tuned with this channel, and I guarantee you that somewhere down the line you will feel that your English will start thriving faster than ever. So in this particular video, I am going to talk about clauses. While comprehending clauses, I have seen lots of students make mistakes. So I do not want you guys to be the same person as you found out around you. So I am writing here two sentences. The first sentence I am writing here is I know where do you live. This is the first sentence I have written here. The second sentence I'm going to write is I know where you live. Look at these two sentences. I have found out that most of the students make mistakes while differentiating and distinguishing between these two sentences. Before you understand these two sentences, you will have to understand the significance of clauses in English language. Because I have found that lots of students don't study clause, and as a result of that, they are not able to understand something to perfection. So there are students who have not gone through clauses. I would recommend them that they go to study clauses, and thereafter you just make these kind of translations. Because if you have no idea, if you have no consciousness of clauses, you will make these kind of mistakes every once in a while. So if you want to avoid general mistakes in English language, you must have intellect of clauses. So two sentences I have written here. The former sentence, I know where do you live, and the latter sentence says I know where do you live. Where you live. These are the two sentences I have written here. So if I ask you to find the correct sentence out of these, what would you think? I think most of you would say that this sentence is correct. Because I have seen lots of students make translations. When they make translations from Hindi to English, they make these kind of general mistakes. This is not a general mistake. In contrast, this is a mistake that can be sophisticated if you are not preparing well. For example, if you are a candidate of any competitive examination, this kind of question might appear in your examination. So be open to face the challenges. And from here onwards, if you watch this video thoroughly, I guarantee that somewhere down the line, you will feel that you got something productive after watching this channel. So actually, most of the students frequently say that this sentence is correct because they think after this word, this is an interrogative word. So in interrogative sentence, generally you use WH word plus helping word or auxiliary verb, and thereafter you use subject. This is the structure of an interrogative sentence. But when you have already got a statement, then interrogative sentence is being used, then that is no longer an interrogative sentence. So if this sentence is showing a statement and thereafter you are utilizing an interrogative sentence, then the interrogative sentence would be used as an affirmative form. So this interrogative structure would be changed into WH plus subject, and thereafter you can use verb. So what you have to learn, what you have to memorize from here onwards, when you are using any kind of interrogative sentence with a statement, then the interrogative sentence will have to be used in the affirmative manner. This is something that you need to understand, because if you do not understand at this point of time, then somewhere down the line you would regret the most. So I hope you might have understood. From here onwards you will probably not make these kind of mistakes that you have been making. And you have to understand, when you are using any kind of interrogative sentence with a statement, then interrogative sentence changes into an affirmative sentence. So this is the structure that you have to keep in your mind when you make these kind of translations. For example, I write two sentences here in Hindi. I have seen lots of students commit these kind of common mistakes. For example, I am writing here, मैं जानता हूं तुम्हारा नाम क्या है. See, I have written here this sentence in Hindi. If I ask most of the students to translate this sentence into English, they frequently make mistakes. They think this is an affirmative sentence and this one is interrogative sentence. So what they make? How they translate into English? They translate in this fashion. They would translate, I know what is your name. What is your name? Most of the students, when I ask this kind of translation from them, they translate this kind of sentence into English by applying this kind of structure. So I do not want you to make this kind of identical mistake what lots of students make. If you want to refrain from these kind of mistakes, then you will have to remember, as I have discussed earlier, when you have already a statement, then the sentence you think is interrogative is no longer interrogative. In contrast, it should be used in the affirmative form. So how would you use this kind of sentence in the affirmative form? WH you have taken, the subject is this, you have to write, let me rectify this sentence.